So we've been married for 4 years, going on 5, and how do we keep our marriage healthy? And do we have a healthy marriage?
Ooh.
I like to think that I feel like we have such a very healthy marriage, connection, and bond. And today, guys, we're going to be sharing 10 tips to keep and sustain a healthy relationship. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Big P here.
And it's your girl Tati.
And we are the Maynards. Tip number 1. Am I going first? So I have a list of tips. I got 5 tips for you guys. Baby got 5 tips for you guys. And we're going to jump right into it. And make sure you take notes because this is going to be good. Because we giving y'all the real.
They always ask us how we keep a healthy marriage because I think we are a great advocate for healthy marriages.
Absolutely. And true love.
And it's so simple too. It's not complicated. I think people overcomplicate things. I think it's actually very straight and simple. So yeah, let's get into the first one.
Let's get right into it. Okay, so my first tip for a healthy relationship is to try new experiences. And I highlight experience. I'm not saying do the same thing, maybe try a new restaurant, new food, but try new experiences, particularly an activity, especially something that requires you guys to work together. I feel like so much can be uncovered when you're put in a place that's outside of your environment, and I'm going to talk about that a lot today, but more importantly, an activity that is new to the both of you.
I love that, and we haven't done so much of that lately, but I think that especially when we lived in San Diego, we used to go on just random adventures that literally didn't cost us a thing. We would just go on random adventures, whether that was like hiking or going to the park or just trying out a new area. I think that's so important. I love that one.
And I do have an activity planned for us that you don't know about. And it's not new to me, but I haven't done it in like decades.
Okay.
Like literally like a decade. So, but I think it's gonna be very new to you, and I'm actually really excited. And of course, we're going to take you guys along so you can see that as well. Plan activities that require you to work together, and you'll be very interested how that can strengthen your bond and the time that you can have as well. A lot of fun for sure.
Because spontaneous things always lead to like unexpected.
Yeah, unexpected great time. Have some of those. Put those in your arsenal, right?
Kind of similar, but I wrote never stop dating your partner. So weekly dates and time to talk and catch up, because life can get hectic, and you know, through your day-to-day, like you're not actually sitting asking your partner like, are you good, is everything good, and X, Y, and Z. You know, just kind of like a check-in and make sure that your partner is good. And so yeah, like weekly check-ins, but never stop dating your partner. And I know that is said so much, but I think that it's so important. Even if you don't, like you said, it doesn't have to cost anything, but just those check-ins make such a big difference. Never stop dating.
I have one very similar to that too, but I'll wait till I get to it to elaborate on it. But yeah, never stop dating. Be intentional with that shit, because life does get hectic and time just passes you by, and you're in your relationship for years and you're like, what's going on in our months? And it's like you're having problems connecting. Is because you gotta be intentional, you gotta put forth that effort.
Absolutely.
Okay. My next one that I have is like a numero uno. You know what I mean? It's like a numero uno, and it's keeping the relationship spicy. One of the things that I think is super fun is role playing, which we haven't done in a long time. And now that we bringing up this list, it's time to, like, we used to do that so much when we first started.
That was our
when we first got married, and that shit was so, like, we took it there. Like, it was wild and it was fun and it was adventurous. But do things to spice up your relationship. Visit an adult store or an online retailer and try new things, try new toys, try new oils, try games, things like that. Just something new. New energy breeds new energy. And that brings me to my next point. I want to give a huge shout out to Love Honey for sponsoring today's video. Love Honey is an award-winning global designer for lingerie and sex toys. Love Honey are on a mission to bringing everybody sexual happiness and redefining the norms around sex. Speaking of which, of course, they sent us something. Ooh. Where is she? Where is she? Here she goes. Where's she at? Why is she on the floor? Don't put your toys on the floor.
Yeah, but this is the rose. We have actually been exploring toys now for 4 years.
Yeah.
Prince was never a toy type of girl. I think it definitely adds some spice and take it everywhere we go.
Very discreet, which is what makes me even more so comfortable, because you can't look at it and tell exactly what it is, and that I love.
They offer very discreet shipping, and they also have a 100-day money-back guarantee.
But this is not the first time you guys have heard us rave about Love Honey, but today we're partnering up with them to give away free toys and gift vouchers.
All you have to do is click the link that will be in the bio, sign up with your email, and then shortly after you will receive your gift voucher for your first set of toys.
So once you're all signed up and you receive your first gift voucher, you can also follow their social media at Love Honey Official, and that's where they'll be announcing their giveaway winner.
Thank you to Love Honey for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the tips.
So that's my spiel on spicy and overall being open-minded, because like you said, at first, like, I only knew one toy. Y'all know what toy that was. You know what I mean? That's not a toy, that's a necessity. But you introduced me to toys, and I can say that it adds a whole nother segment to the mix that I rock with.
I feel like don't knock it until you try it, and don't be embarrassed to say to your partner, hey, let's try this or let's try that, because trust me, and if you're gonna open so many doors.
Facts. And if you have a partner, like a stud partner, maybe just you take the initiative. You know what I mean? Get something from Love Honey, set the vibe, introduce it.
I should
see where it goes. That's what she did. That is literally exactly what she did.
Yeah. My next tip is
funny, guys. So I have to share this because it's also 555 on the time, angel number, boom. But I have quotes on my phone, and the quote says, "Uncertainty brings change," and that's literally what we just was talking about.
I love that.
Anyways.
My next one is have your own thing going on. So, you know, have things outside of your partner to, you know, so they're for you, you know what I mean? Like, that's giving yourself your self-love is by having things that are outside of your partner, such as us, like outside of P, well, just today I did it, but I signed up to a dance class. I used to be a dancer for 18 years, and I'm like, I gotta get back into it. I go to pole dancing, and then, you know, just other things outside of our marriage, so I can keep my flame lit as well. And obviously P has her things. She goes to the gym, she does her calisthenics, you know, she has her own little thing going on outside of me, which I think is super important, so you don't kind of lose yourself during the process of, you know, having a relationship, because I think it's super easy to lose yourself. You know, you just become one, and really, you know, you gotta stand strong individually and then stand strong together.
I didn't put that's so fire. I have something very close to that as well. We're super aligned with these. We didn't share our tips, but that is I'm glad you brought that up, because self-love is just so important. And even if you already have a great, perfect, healthy relationship, like, your partner can only pour into you so much. You know what I mean? Like, there's parts of your cup that only you can fill. So that is like so extremely important. Now, this is something Baby and I do because we work together, we create together. But in hindsight, even if you don't work or create with your partner, I think this is extremely important to do. And it is to go somewhere outside of your normal environment, if you guys live together, outside of your home, and meet. Whether it's quarterly, if that's what your schedule will afford, or monthly or weekly. But just like you were mentioning in your first tip, have that check-in. And I think it's so important to do it outside of your normal environment, because the conversation, it's just so much more intentional to have something like on your calendar that says, for this hour, we're meeting and we're creating a space to openly communicate, to have that check-in. How are your thoughts? How are your feelings? How is your week, month, quarter? And what are the goals that you have for yourself and that we want to have together for the next quarter, for the next month, for the next week? What are we focusing? And what that's going to help you do is just going to help you bring an alliance and be completely aligned with your partner, especially if you don't work together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And put your phones down too. Like, don't bring
yeah.
your phones to the date or the check-in or the meeting, because phones are so distracting. And we also find ourselves, and you know, we catch ourselves really quick when we're just both sitting and it's silent and we're both just scrolling.
Yeah.
Scrolling. Like together, but not talking to each other. And I always tell baby, I'm always like, I miss you. And it's not because I miss like I miss you, but you're really like right next to me, but as in I miss your presence and, you know, us being intentional with our time together.
And providing just that undivided attention.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I think the meetings, again, if you can start quarterly, break them down to monthly, and then have them maybe weekly. But I think just setting that intention, putting that on the calendar, and also coming to that meeting prepared, like treating it like an actual meeting. Coming to that meeting with things that you want to talk about. Good things, areas of opportunities, focuses, finances, like you name it. But I think that's something that every couple should absolutely implement. You can't have a healthy, good relationship on accident. Like, you put that effort, time, attention, intention into it.
Affirmations. Talk nicely to your partner. And I'm not just saying stroke their ego or, you know, just say stuff like, you're beautiful, like if you don't mean it or whatever like that. But I think daily affirmations are so important. I think that's one huge thing that we have in our marriage, is we both speak life into each other. So I always tell you I think you're beautiful. I always tell you you're strong. I always tell you you're powerful. And it's reciprocated. And vice versa. You do it all the time to me too. Just having those affirmations,
I love that,
are so important to lift your partner up.
Especially in a relationship. I know there's just so many unhealthy relationships out there. And, you know, we can use our tongue, our mouth, our words to destroy and or build up. And I think that those are those affirmations. And again, it goes back to being intentional with your partner and speaking life into them. You know what I mean? Because it can make all of the difference. Like,
it's like a plant won't grow, and you know, you got to talk to your plant, you got to water your plant, and that's kind of like what you do in a relationship.
That was such a good one.
Thank you.
I have something also similar as well. Or did I not write? Where'd that one go?
Looks so cute.
Thank you, baby.
See, it wasn't
affirmation.
But it's like, it just comes. It's not even, it's not by force, you know what I mean? It's my genuine feelings.
Absolutely. Like, when I come back, like today I came back from a crazy workout, and baby was like, yo, you look good, like you look strong, you're getting stronger, you look ripped. And it's just, again, not to stroke my ego, but it's affirming, like, what you're doing is working, keep doing it, you know?
For sure.
My next one is cooking new meals together.
Ooh.
Cooking together is such a lovely thing. Like, make a whole vibe, but also,
I don't think we've ever cooked together.
No, we've cooked together before. We just haven't cooked together in a while. And again, as we're going through these tips, it's also reminding me a couple things that we kind of got to schedule out, and that is one of them, because baby has been doing all the cooking. So,
which I don't
cooking together and making like a new recipe, you know?
Yeah, it's like bonding time, basically.
I'm gonna write that down. I gotta schedule one for us.
Okay.
We gonna, you know what I mean? We gonna lead by example.
My next one is keep everything in-house. By that, I mean, and I know we've touched on this so many times, but I feel like this is just rule number one for us, and I think a lot of people can benefit from keeping everything in-house. And when I say that, I mean, if you argue, if you have a disagreement or X, Y, and Z, to keep it in your household. It doesn't need to go anywhere else. You don't need to tell your friend, you don't need to tell your family member, unless obviously it's, you know, life-threatening. But just keeping everything between you guys.
Yeah, don't allow, like, you know, we get into these habits where you get into a situation with your partner and the first thing you do is you want to pick up that phone and vent. But when things just happen, you're at the height of that emotion. At least, like, if you're not able to refrain from doing that, at least give yourself the rest of that day to calm down. You know what I mean? Find a different way to channel that energy out. At least take space, take time to yourself, and come down emotionally before you go speak about it. But that's definitely a rule that we deploy in our marriage. Any issues, disagreements, arguments we have, we'll separate, we'll go our respective ways. I maybe go do this, baby maybe go do that. Maybe it's 20 minutes, maybe it's 4 or 5 hours, but we bring it back and we're able to have a level-headed conversation.
And then like sometimes like realize it wasn't that deep. So imagine I went and told
times
everybody about this situation. They've not now got a different perspective on my wife. And you know, for no reason, when we could just separate, come back, bring it together, and nobody knows.
And then also you gotta think too, guys, and this is real shit, like everyone has a different way of handling arguments. I think that while we're on the topic of arguments, you gotta know your style, because some people like to and need to talk about it right then and there. I need to talk about it right then and there. And if you're one of those people, then you gotta take that extra precaution, because if your spouse is someone that needs time, I need time to talk about it, I can't talk about it right now, how is that going to work between the two of you? You got to understand your communication styles during the argument, so that way you can respect it, know your partner, and know yourself as well. Because if you're aware, then you can create and develop a more healthier way of dealing with those things, for sure.
Oh, we're good at this.
We dropping bombs. I told y'all take notes. We be dropping fire. You know what I mean? Like, don't just watch this video and not take these nuggets and implement them, because they really get you right. You have any more?
Yeah.
I have my last one. My last one is to encourage your partner to heal parts of them that aren't healed. And also, this goes hand in hand, but set up experiences and or dates, or do something that encourages them to do something that they enjoyed as a child, or maybe enjoyed when they were in school. And my perfect example of that, and this is something we do, like we do this is part of our marriage, but one of the very first things that you did for me that made me damn, is she bought me a basketball. This is when we lived in Arizona. Baby went and bought me a basketball, and basketball was like my first love, and I just completely disconnected from the sport after college. And we were driving and we saw this court, and when I was in middle school, I would always go to a outdoor park and play basketball, and those were just like my happiest memories as a kid. And when we moved to Arizona, we seen this court and my eyes lit up. And baby took notice and went and she bought me a ball. And we went to the park together, and she doesn't play basketball. She has no interest in playing basketball.
You made me your
I still want to be my rebounder.
Yeah, like, but even just like me going there, like to be supportive of, you know, something you really enjoyed. Like, even though I don't know anything about basketball, but that, just being supportive of things that light your heart on fire.
It means, like, even if it's not something I'm yearning for, even if it's not something that I know I need, because when I got on that court and I started shooting around, like parts of me that just were like dormant, like lit up again. So I think it's such a beautiful thing and such a beautiful gesture to even have that level of awareness and take notice to things that are buried inside of your partner that really would light their hearts on fire if they were to explore.
Yeah, I think it's all about observing too, like observing your partner, because a lot of people, they don't actually observe their partner. You know what I mean?
A lot of people don't like their partners.
That too.
For real.
You have healed a lot of things.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I think that was also through me. So I think
very much so.
Yeah.
You were the driving force behind a lot of it. And in return, I'm just a better me. Like, I'm a better me for me, and I'm a better me for us.
Yeah.
And then that bleeds over into everything else.
I have one more, but literally it was like very similar. But mine was be each other's biggest supporters. So offer encouragement, help during hard times, and celebrate each other's success, because a lot of couples are also jealous of each other and jealous of, say, if one is further than the other in their journey of life or whatever. I think that a lot of couples, like, one can be like envious of the other's success or whatever, but I think that you know, being your partner's cheerleader and just being very supportive is very important. Even if they have crazy endeavors and want to do something wild, I still think you should support it.
Absolutely, especially if they have dreams, because there's nothing worse than a dream killer, and people are like naturally just dream killers. So that's huge. That's a really good way to end it off. I really enjoyed this video. It's really good to sit down and share these things with you guys, and I know you got some good stuff out of here, and I hope that you take it, whatever, if it's one thing, maybe two things, whatever it is, take it and implement it into your relationship. And if you don't have a relationship, maybe grab your best friend and do some of these things to help you become a better person. And if you guys enjoyed this style video, of course, let us know down below, and we can cover more topics because we got more knowledge to share and more wisdom.
Yeah.
So just let us know.
Almost 5 years into marriage. 5 years in. Oh my God.
And very happily married. And I look forward to spending the rest of my life with you.
Me too.
And the life after that.
It's like I always say that I'm obsessed with her. Like I genuinely am. And I think that you should be obsessed with your partner.
And that's actually what I wanted. I wanted a partner that was obsessed with me. And I got it. Don't get that makeup on my shirt now. Thank you so much to Love Honey for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget, guys, they're giving out free gifts and free vouchers. Click the link down below. We'll catch you with the next one.
Yeah, dig.
Mwah!